Good morning, Sault Ste. Marie, Chippewa, and Algoma. Welcome to First Local for Thursday, October the 8th, brought to you by KC Securities. I'm Chris Olcorn, and I'm here with...
Daniel Pratt. Good morning, everybody.
Yes, good morning, good morning.
How are you?
Well, when I was driving in today, I got a little warning about possible ice because it was 4 degrees, so...
But it's
better than snow, I guess.
It's been good this week.
Yeah.
We're in the weekend still looking okay, but might see some rain, but temperatures are up there.
Yeah, well, that's good. Keep them going up.
That's right.
Let's keep them not at 4 degrees because that's very close to chilly.
Yeah.
So, but we got, speaking of freezing, we got some info on the OHL. And if you are an OHL player or an OHL fan, or anyone remotely connected to the OHL, it's going to look differently.
Yes.
The Minister of Fun, Lisa McLeod, has decided that body checking is not allowed in hockey anymore.
Yeah.
It's funny because the Leafs were doing it. But anyways, so apparently you can't in the OHL body check this year, which I think is going to be very interesting. One, the OHL is where you're auditioning for the higher leagues, the NHL
correct,
specifically, but a lot of players will go play in Europe or Russia and stuff like that as well. I know where I grew up, a kid on the street, he was playing over in Sweden, for example, after he played in the OHL. And so she's decided that there'll be no body checking. Now, I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work since that's the main way that they kind of get the pucks off each other. So it's going to come down to just simply stick handling, which only favors certain types of players. And teams have built their team around certain types of players to make a cohesive unit of, these are the stick handlers, these are the body checkers. Like now it's like, okay, well, it's stick handling only now.
Boring hockey.
And how do you even define a body check? If you check someone's stick on the board, is that a body check? Or do you have to actually hit the body? Because you can hit someone's stick and then the stick jabs into their side. Okay, so anyways, first things first. At 11:30 today, Trudeau and Ford will be doing a joint press conference. It'll be coming to you from Oakville, so we'll have that at 11:30 this morning. So make sure you come back here on TV. You can watch it through our website, SiouxOnline.com, and it will also be streamed live through Facebook. Some of you are watching us through Facebook right now. So
hopefully Facebook doesn't act up.
Doesn't block it this time. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get right into the news here. So at the YMCA, a staff member has tested positive for COVID-19 and is isolating. They are advising that a staff member tested positive. The following email had been sent out to the membership yesterday around 2:30 p.m. So the person is currently isolating at home, following directives from public health. Anyone who may have come into direct contact with the individual and who may be at risk of exposure has already been notified by public health authority regarding testing. There has been no close contact with members in this case. The facility is open. Everything's clear.
You work right there, don't you?
Yes, I do. And I went there yesterday, and I asked them when I went in the evening, I said, so has it been, the levels of people been... They said they were still around the normal levels, but they were getting a lot of phone calls, right? People were worried, but they are doing an amazing job there, cleaning and
Yeah, so. It's good that they found the case and isolated fast.
Exactly, and not have to shut down a place, right?
Yeah, because it could easily... Because we had that outbreak at a gym over on the American side. Now, when I say outbreak, it was only like 3 or 4 cases, but in a city of 20,000, that's an outbreak. So
that's right.
Yeah, they did have that at the gym over on the Sault Michigan side. Speaking of Sault Michigan side and COVID-19, okay, last week the Michigan Supreme Court struck down the governor's COVID-19 policies, which is masks and social distancing.
Right.
Since then, the governor has said we're going to continue doing this, and they're now putting it in through a different method to put that policy into place, right directly through the health department, actually, instead of from the governor. And a doctors group is backing this, obviously. So a group of Michigan doctors is applauding Governor Gretchen Whitmer's science-based response, is what they called it, to COVID-19, while blasting Republican leaders' denials and obstruction. They're calling on the GOP legislative leaders to support the safeguards and protect public health. Now, what are we talking about safeguards here? We're talking social distancing and masks are the 2 things that they would like to see. So Dr. Bahati, who is the Michigan State lead for the Committee to Protect Medicare, and she's also a family physician, said that from a medical perspective, we asked Senate Majority Leader Mike Shirkey, House Leader Lee Chatfield, and their fellow legislators to stop dragging their feet and get the help health workers the resources we need to turn the corner on this pandemic. Shirky, so far, he's the Senate House leader and a Republican, is refusing to support the mask requirements and stay-at-home orders. Last week, he told Michiganders, you must live with the virus, and even has admitted that the virus will ultimately going to win. And then over the summer, House Speaker Chatfield also criticized the mask policy, saying it shouldn't be mandatory, it should be optional if someone wants to wear a mask or not wear a mask. So a little bit of a brouhaha going on the American side about COVID-19.
Yes. Cool. Continuing on with police news. 2 men have been charged with possession of stolen property. So on October 6th, officers with patrol services arrested 45-year-old Darren Nicoli for possession of stolen property over $5,000. Officers responded to a call of suspicious activity in the 0 to 100 block of Meganson Drive. Upon arrival, officers observed a 2019 Dodge truck valued at approximately $61,700, which has been stripped for parts. Wow. The truck was located at that residence of the accused. Further investigation revealed the truck was reported stolen on October 4th. The accused was arrested. He is charged with possession of stolen property over $5,000 and theft of a motor vehicle and will appear in court November 9th, 2020.
Wow. Yeah. That is an expensive truck at $61,000.
Yes.
That's a truck you want to be stripping the parts
from. Rather.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, moving along. Speaking of transportation, the airport has obviously seen a drop in traffic. No surprise there. Airport travel is down across the entire planet. They have just announced that they'll be laying off at least 9 workers, full-time and seasonal, for the time being. And they'll see, obviously, in a few months how things are going. Just to give you an idea of how far they're down in traffic, back in April, they were down 99.6% year over year. So that's April 2019 versus April 2020. But in September, the good news is they're only down 83.4%. So they are down, but not as much as they were. I mean, they've recovered a little bit. So they're almost at 1/5 of what they would normally be at.
Right.
Which right now for air travel is a pretty good recovery, because I've seen the numbers at other airports, and it's not even as good as that.
So that's slow, but at least it's
slow,
positive.
but it's actually pretty steady. I mean, they did 2,798 passengers in September, for example. So and they did 63 passengers in April, to give you an idea of the numbers there. Those are the hard numbers, not the percentages, but that's the difference. 63 versus basically 2,800.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you're looking to escape, the Great Escape Dream Draw winners have been announced. It was held last Wednesday at the AFS building. The draw for the grand prize of $85,000 cash, or a Jayco J-Flight 29 RKS travel trailer, and a Ford F-150 Crew XLTC 4x4 truck. Lots of letters going on in there. There were several early bird prizes drawn along with other cash prizes. The grand prize winner was Francine Laplante from Val-Caron, which is just inside Sudbury. Ticket A-481700. So, and the winners of the early bird draw, which were on August 25th, for $1,000 cash, are Kelly O'Donnell, Peter Dufresne, Brenda Brando, and Serge Allaire, Ann Steinberg, and Kimberly Leclerc. There's also more winners for lower prizes, but if I name them all, I'll be here all day. So if you want to check those out, SiouxOnline.com.
Yeah, and there's also a big winning lottery ticket sold here in Sault Ste. Marie somewhere that someone hasn't claimed yet.
Yeah.
So you can go to our website, SiouxOnline.com, just click on the one about the big lottery winner for Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah.
Might be you. You could have a very large winning ticket sitting in your car, sitting in your kitchen, in your wallet. Could be in your purse. But there is definitely someone who's going to be significantly wealthier once they find that ticket. So they're letting the public know that there's a big winner out there, and a ticket was sold here in Sault Ste. Marie.
Right.
So any of you out there who've been buying tickets in Sault Ste. Marie, check those tickets, because you could be moving to a different income bracket for this year. So anyways, now going back over to America, obviously this year there's been a lot of mail-in ballots because of COVID-19 and what other absentee type ballots, because people don't want to go to the polling station on the day of the election, obviously because they don't want to expose themselves to COVID-19 unnecessarily. So Governor Whitmer has put in a new piece of legislation. It used to be that absentee ballots could only be counted starting on the day that the election is held, in this case, November the 3rd.
Right.
She's put in, for this election only, that they can open the ballots the day before and count them from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. the day before the election, so on November the 2nd, because the amount of absentee ballots, if they start counting them on the day of the election, they're not going to have enough time because they've already received, I think she said, 2.7 million across the state of Michigan. So that's a lot considering.
Yeah.
That's a lot of ballots just to count one day on top of all the other ballots.
That's exactly right. So you start early.
And there's been a surge in voting in general across.
All right, so we're going to get into the weather. We're going to look at the camera coming up here. Yeah, there's some major clouds going on there right now. Our camera is brought to you by wirelesscom.ca. Interesting thing too, I'll quickly mention because we're short on time, but daylight savings time, one of the Conservative MPPs in Ottawa, Nepean, has put forward a bill which is past second reading that we may abolish and stay on daylight savings time if everything goes through, following kind of BC's lead and other states that are doing it. I hope so. I am so sick of that time change. Get rid of it. So there's your rain coming through, or the dark clouds coming our way. Like, I can't even see the bottom of the camera. It's that dark. Yeah. So our weather is brought to you by Northern Lights Detailing. This camera is brought to you by Wireless Comm. I'll have all your details coming up after the break with your 3-day weather and your regional temperatures. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Even though we can't always meet in person, we can still listen.
Even though schools are closed, help is still available in your community.
Even though you may be worried, services and supports are still here.
In stressful times like these, families need mental health supports more than ever.
We are here to make sure you can stay connected to your community and culture.
Nous savons qu'il peut être difficile de rester à la maison, mais vous n'êtes pas seul.
And we know asking for help for yourself and others can be hard.
But there are people in your community who are ready to support you.
No matter your age, gender, sexual identity, race, or culture.
No matter the day, time, or issue.
We're here to help.
And welcome back to First Local, Thursday, October the 8th. And the camera, we're going to bring the camera right back up, which is brought to you by wirelesscom.ca. Just over the commercial break, the rain started to move in, and you can see, like, look at these ominous clouds over here, right towards the east side there. It is just, it's coming down. So we are going to see some precipitation this morning, and I'm going to get into that momentarily. But we'll go right to our radar. You can see there's some green patches over top of us right now, so we are going to see some passing showers come through, and then things will clear out a little bit and we will see some sun, and then we'll clear out later on overnight as well, where we won't have anything going on. It's going to cool right down though. So let's get into your expected highs for today in our region. 14 in Thunder Bay, 9 in Wawa, 8 in Timmins, 12 here in the Sioux, 10 in Elliott Lake, and 9 in Sudbury. And those lows haven't changed much from yesterday. 5 overnight in Thunder Bay, 3 in Wawa, -1 in Timmins, Watch for some frost up there. 6 here in the Sioux, 2 in Elliott Lake, and 1 in Sudbury. Currently, we are sitting at about 9 degrees out there. It's mainly cloudy with a 60% chance of a shower this morning, which we are seeing right now at this moment. And early in the afternoon, we could see another one. Clearing this afternoon, and then we will see a mix of sun and cloud. Hopefully we get more sun than we do the clouds. If there's some fog patches where you are, those will dissipate as well. Overnight, it's going to be clear, becoming partly cloudy near midnight, and we will see fog patches develop once again. Winds will be northwest, 20 kilometers, gusting to 40 overnight. And we'll see a low of 6. Today with your breeze, today it's going to feel like 8, and our high is 12. Getting into your 3-day, Friday, you are looking at 16 degrees, mainly cloudy, 60% chance of showers in the afternoon once again. And any fog will dissipate in the morning. Winds will become southeast, 20 kilometers, gusting to 40 late in the morning. And in case you're wondering, your UV index is 3, so if you want to put sunscreen on, go for it. Overnight, cloudy periods with 40% chance of showers and a low of 10. Whoops! Okay, yes, I did it again. I accidentally clicked that. My apologies. So we're going to see on Saturday, we're going to see 14 degrees is our high and a low of 6. And then, excuse me, I got to look at the monitor. And 12 degrees is our high on Sunday and a low of 7. Now, I did mention that Thanksgiving was going to be a good weekend. It still is going to be nice. However, things have kind of shifted, so you may see rain on the Thanksgiving Monday now. So just keep that in mind. But temperatures are still up there. And if you're in Southern Ontario, you might see 30 degrees this weekend. They're always lucky for that. All right, in the meantime, during our commercial break, go to SiouxOnline.com. Every story we present to you and the weather is there for you to watch. On demand, you can go to our YouTube channel as well and follow us on Facebook. We will be doing Facebook shoutouts later on in the show. Chris and I will be right back after this break with more local news.
A message from the Government of Canada.
It's been a while since I've seen Joe. We were a couple of pranksters, and Joe was always full of surprises. But today, he's the one in for a surprise.
The thing is, Joe doesn't live here anymore. For people living with dementia, getting lost can happen unexpectedly. Are you ready to help? Help people living with dementia live safely in our communities. Contact your local Alzheimer's Society and visit findingyourwayontario.ca.
Canada United is a movement to show local businesses some love. Right now, they could use our support more than ever. So we're asking Canadians to buy local and spread the word. And every time you watch our videos or like our posts, we'll contribute 5 cents to small business relief, starting with this video. So keep watching and tell your friends, because buying local can make a big impact. And small actions can too. Canada United. Together we can make a difference.
And welcome back to First Local for Thursday, October the 8th. Just a quick shout out. One of our co-hosts, Colette Linden, she is having surgery today at Surrey Hospital on her hand. And she said, "Good morning to my amazing co-host, sending love from Surrey Hospital," because she's there waiting. And she's having her surgery today. So good luck today,
yes,
Colette. And we hope everything goes well for you. Okay, moving on to traffic. I-75 on the American side. They're putting in a warning system down in Chippewa County, where they're upgrading the lighting system on I-75. Right. That started on the 5th. It's going to be going on until the 13th of November, assuming it runs on time.
Right.
You know how it is with it's occasionally the projects don't go on time. City Hall. And then so there's traffic restrictions, both northbound and southbound there. So one lane is open in each direction. So take extra time if you're going through that area. Also, starting next Monday on October the 12th, they're putting a truck warning system down in Mackinac County on US 2. So those are two areas to keep in mind over the next little while as you're traveling around the Upper Peninsula. Now, over here on the Canadian side, Highway 17 coming into town is being ripped up and they're repaving it all and so on. It comes in all the way to where the Giant Tiger is. So if you can avoid that and go a different way around that area if you need to, that would be highly advised. Unfortunately, I got stuck there the other day. Also, Highway 17 out in Echo Bay, there is some construction going on there as well. And also the bridge over to St. Joe's Island is one way, and it will be for the foreseeable future. It's been that way all summer actually as well, as they're upgrading the bridge there as well. So keep those areas in mind as you're traveling around Sioux area on both the Ontario and Michigan sides. Okay, time to hit sports. As we mentioned before, OHL, no body checking, no fun. Thank you, Fun Minister Lisa McLeod.
Shorten her title for her.
Yeah, wasn't she the one that said, well, she was, when she moved into tourism and sports?
Right.
She said she was now the Minister of, was it Fun she called herself?
She did say
she called
that,
herself
actually,
the Minister of Fun.
Yeah.
No, she called herself, instead of the Minister of Tears, to the Minister of Cheers.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you're cheering OHL hockey, though, it will not have body checking.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't understand why the Leafs could do it, but the OHL can't.
I don't understand either.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, Major League Baseball. We got 4 playoff games that went last night. First one was the Braves versus the Marlins. The Braves won that one 2-0, and that means the Atlanta Braves are now leading that series 2-0.
Yes, and the LA Dodgers have beaten the San Diego Padres 6-5. They are leading their series 2-0 as well. So.
Yeah, it's surprising. The Marlins and the Padres are two horrible teams normally.
I don't even recognize them being in the playoffs from before.
Yeah, I mean, the previous season, the Marlins...
The short seasons helped a lot of these teams.
It's definitely helping the Marlins. I mean, last year they were the second worst team, period, in the whole Major League Baseball. Oakland A's beat the Astros 9-7. The Astros are still up in that series, though, 2-1.
Yes, and the Tampa Bay Rays have beaten the New York Yankees 8-4. Tampa Bay's leading that series 2-1, and once again the Yankees limited to only 4 runs as opposed to like 20.
Yeah, well, they're not playing the Blue Jays, so that's why.
Yeah.
And then tonight, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing the Chicago Bears. Both teams are 3-1, and this is Tom Brady's post-Patriot career, and we'll see what goes on there, how well he can do with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but he is right now 3-1, so he could be going up to 4-1 possibly tonight.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of talk about whether or not Tom Brady, without being with Belichick and the Patriots, if he could go someplace else, because he's got to sub into a new system now.
Yep.
And whether or not he could be successful. And so far, 3-1. There's only a couple teams at 4-0, so they're right at the top of their division.
So he's proven it so far.
He's proven that he can go to another team and still be very successful.
Exactly.
And it only proves that he's probably one of the best quarterbacks of all time. So, but we got to hit a commercial break. We'll be back with the 7-day forecast right after this. We'll see you in just 2 minutes.
What's life without making a few mistakes down the road? A few sharp turns. And doing things for what we adore, but might regret later. A trip to Chuck's Roadhouse isn't one of them. With melt-in-your-mouth AAA steaks, buttery lobster tail, half-priced apps after 9 p.m., an ice-cold draft with all your Roadhouse favorites. Chuck's Roadhouse. Food the way it ought to be, priced the way it used to.
For all those times. Every 3 seconds, someone will develop Alzheimer's, a fatal disease that steals your memories and makes you forget the people you love most. Fortunately, there is hope. Today, researchers believe a cure is just a few years away.
It's okay, Daddy, you can go. Just go.
For just $9 a month, you can fund research for a cure and make history by ending this disease.
At Maitland Ford Lincoln, we see our trucks everywhere. We see them on Queen Street, Lake Street, North Street, Bay Street, 2nd line, 3rd line, 4th line, Pine Street, Great Northern Peoples Road, Wellington, Cora Road, Bruce Street, Carmen's Way, Northern Ave, Trunk Road. Folks come from all over Algoma District and beyond to buy their truck at Maitland Ford Lincoln. Amazing prices, outstanding service. King Street, Shannon Road, Goulet Bay, Black Road, Government Road, and even on Pine Shores. Yep, our trucks are everywhere. Get yours at Maitland Ford Lincoln, built for Northern life, on Great Northern Road, just north of the hospital.
And welcome back to First Local on your Thursday morning, just after 8:26. Going to thank all our sponsors, KC Security for the show, Northern Lights Detailing for our weather, and wirelesscom.ca for the camera, which you're about to see once again. And good morning, by the way, to Juliana, Karen, and Giselle, who just tuned in. Thank you all for watching the show. And look at this on the camera. It is really coming down out there right now.
Yeah.
If you are stuck walking, I hope you got an umbrella, because it's just pouring. So these showers are going to move through, as I mentioned, and hopefully clear out later this afternoon. So we're going to look at the 7-day. You're going to see some rain, though, on Friday, most likely. 16 degrees, then up to 14, or down to 14 on Saturday. And look at Monday there. You may have some rain as well, but those temperatures are staying in double digits. Still up by 15 and 13 by next Wednesday, Thursday, and your overnight lows are fluctuating between double and single digits, but they're remaining high up there, and they are well above seasonal for this time of year. This is our Weather Watcher photo of a beautiful sunflower. This was sent in by Sherilyn Stubbs, and we want to thank you for sending that in. If you have photos and video of weather-related incidents or just a nice flower, please send to ontvweather@gmail.com. Include your name and location. They go up on the show here and on SiouxOnline.com every morning at 6.
Awesome. Yeah. That's great.
Yes.
Driving back to my parents' place. More rain. Awesome.
More rain, yes.
Yeah. At least my car will get cleaned.
That's right.
Yeah. It's be just like driving to a car wash for 6 hours.
Free car wash.
Yeah, free car wash. Okay, speaking of today, anyways, there is the Alzheimer's Society is doing a fundraiser with Domino's Pizza today. So if you call Domino's today, ask for the dough raising special. It includes a large 2-topping pizza, cheesy bread, and Cinnasticks for dessert. It's $19.99. If you want to add on a second or third pizza, it's an additional $10.99. $5 out of each order will go towards the Alzheimer's Society. This pays for things like education, training, awareness, and so on. Also the family support and counseling, in-home and on-site recreation therapy, and also the Minds in Motion program. So if you can support the Alzheimer's Society today, that would be fantastic. They are also having their annual general meeting next Thursday, October the 15th at 5 p.m. It will be a Zoom meeting. Just go to the Alzheimer's Society website and you can sign up for the Zoom link there.
It's also Fire Prevention Week this week, as we mentioned yesterday. We've also put up a post on SiouxOnline.com. It's from the 4th to 10th, and there's also a new video that our Garrett, our creative person here, I guess. Creative director, that's the proper title. He does all kinds of stuff. He's just really good at what he does. But he created a great video, and it's up on our YouTube page now as well. You can look under community playlists, and it plays also on our commercial blocks as well. So yeah,
Garrett's basically our video Swiss Army knife.
Yeah. And it's about kitchen safety, because that's the theme this year for Fire Prevention Week.
Which is also what happened with Colette when she burned her hands.
It hits home close to here.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why we're trying to really promote kitchen safety right now.
Yes.
Yesterday, the numbers for COVID-19 went up in the province, up to 583. And there was 707 recoveries, which actually means our total case number actually dropped a little because our recoveries outpaced our new cases. So that's actually a good number. We'll be back with Ford and Trudeau at 11:30 a.m. this morning. Have a fantastic morning. Thank you for watching First Local.